There we go. Fully functioning. Testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Then I'm just going to get here. Get this. Background music. There we go. With this, everything should be up and functioning and working. Let's find out. And while I'm at it, done. So, starting off, as you can see, I've already made a base that I'm working on. Let's call it a mannequin. I personally have never actually drawn with a digital pad before, so this will be a first. However, that said, all of this I've made with a mouse and keyboard just to get the general body structure down of what I'm working on. So, let's start with the most important part, the face and the head. Considering the fact that I have never done this before, it's probably not going to be that good, but let's find out. Precision mode? Good. But, of course. Coloration. Color. Let's go black for now. Going for something smaller, more fine. Let's go with this one. Try it out. Let's start with 3 pixels. Precision mode. Nope. Which one is the best to use? I am literally learning everything about this, including the system, coloration, which pens and pencils, and everything I'm going to use, since I have no prior experience with this. I want it to look good, but I am also understanding that this is gonna take time to get it just the way I want it. And what I'm working on, after all, is the base of what I'm starting at. 5 pixels, so let's make it 7. first, so let's start in here. Everything from the experience of gaining double speaking. Everything from getting the experience of drawing with a digital pad precisely like this. I expect this to take time. I expect I have to work on all of this and eventually rework it, which is honestly kind of fine, since what I'm working on is the base and then I'll have to refine it. But my goal isn't to get it precise or perfect, since I'm working on just getting it done as the first one. I'm then going to keep working on it as I refine it, until I eventually start reaching a quality that I want and I'm satisfied with. Once I do that, I am going to then start rigging it after getting every layer, which I'm going to have to work on. So the first layer I'm working on is obviously the head and the face. After which I'm going to work on the body. I'm going to leave the facial details, eyes, nose, mouth, all of that later, because I think that is going to be one of the most intricate layers of actually... Oh, hello. Welcome in. 𝓜𝓐𝓚. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce it, but welcome in. I'm currently working on setting up my VTuber model as I am drawing digitally for the very first time. It's interesting drawing digitally when I've always been drawing on paper before. And I do not have the experience to draw it while having the dexterity of the hand-eye coordination of not looking at my hand where I'm actually drawing, but on the... what's the best way of phrasing it? Hand-eye coordination between looking at the screen and working on... How am I gonna do this side? That's a good question. The multitasking is something I'm working on. There we go. Currently working on getting the experience of just getting the first layer of work done. Speaking of, as you can see, I've already done a layer below, which is my mannequin model that I'm using to get the body shape that I want specifically. After which I am then going to refine this. The layers I will be working on to start with is the head, and then working on the body, which I'm going to have to figure things out and remind myself to make everything a layer, since the actual intricacies of it means that with just a mouth I need to make the lips, I need to make teeth, I need to make the inside of the mouth, and if I'm making a tongue, that as well. And that's just one part of the face. That is all the details with the eyes, adding expressions and other such things. Currently I'm just working on the most basic part of it to get it done. Is a way of putting it. Oh yeah. used to using a pen with buttons on it. Oh, if you're interested in the art style I'm aiming for to get the model, it is going to be inspired by the Library of Ruinia. A very amazing game, one which I actually finished just today. It was awesome and a lot. Final boss fight was just grueling and I just barely made it. I am not going to do many details because spoilers. It's an amazing game, one I would definitely suggest for anyone who likes deck builders, which is one of the kind of games I play, I guess. I'm not limited, I'm more of an RPG kind of person, but I'm open to playing all kinds of games from all different kinds of genres. As for the system I'm using for actually drawing, it is known as 𝓜𝓐𝓚, or is it pronounced 𝓜𝓐𝓚, I believe. Yeah, that. I am going to need to get all of these worked on, because, oh boy, those edges are not even. Good thing I can just zoom in and get them just right. Well, let's see if just how bad. From a distance, not so much except a little bit in the top right. But, yeah. New layer. Let's work on the neck. Which, funny part, I'm going to have to actually draw into the head to have it somewhere in the center, because I'm going to need to be able to move the head when I actually make the model. When it actually comes to rigging the model, I have no experience doing it prior either, which is why I'm going to learn to make everything myself. I've set it out as a goal for myself to do all of this. Of course, I am going to give credit where credit is due, since I am going to learn from a whole bunch of people online, asking questions and whatnot, as well as every single how-to video. But other than that, I may need to make it myself. I am probably going to have to rework this bit. But I need to have this part here, because I'm going to mount the head on this part, so that when it's rigged, it will not look weird like there's a giant gap and it just ends around the neck part. Because that will look awkward. And I'm realizing this part here is going to need some work. Which means I am going to make the neck slightly smaller. It goes slightly down to the left. And I can blend it in with my ridge on the side. Oh, and as for the reason the coloration here is a lot thicker is because it was literally the first thing I did, getting the head structure right before making the rest of the model. And I hadn't figured out how to actually change the size of the drawing. And when I realized how thick it was, I just kind of went with it. I currently do not have much of a color scheme in mind. I am going to start monochrome, black and white, and then I'm going to add 1 or 2 colors. Guess which one of them is going to be? Yes, orange. After that I'm going to probably add another contrasting color that I can get that looks good and just feels like it clicks. And the human base part of the model that I'm working on is going to be obviously the first step. I'm going to then expand on it with outfits and expressions and other details. So I get some hang of this. It's unsteady, but still. But that's to be expected, not only because I'm drawing digitally, but I haven't really drawn much for quite some time. I've only drawn once on paper in the past 5 years, so I am not accustomed to this. Which is why I don't put unreasonable expectations on myself that this has to be perfect or on the quality of other larger YouTubers. Since if I do that, I'm just going to set myself up for eventual fame. I'm starting small, I lack experience, which is why I'm going to start this work bit by bit. And I'm going to accept that this will take time. But I realize I bricked up. I was not supposed to do that at hard because I'm going to need to add a shoulder as a separate layer, which is why I'm going to have to learn how to cut that at a later part, since for now I'm going to add another layer and then go back to this one, rename it. Good. Huh. Neck and I am really not accustomed to having moved my keyboard so much. So, working on this part here. I'm going to go back all the way down here, where the part of the torso is going to be. I need to also remember to remind myself, always add more blue layers. Now, for the precision, let's make this a gray coloration. And add precision. Since I need to distinguish where the various different layers are, I need to distinguish where each layer begins and ends. I'm going to start doing that with different colors. And I also need to add a way to fuse the shoulders. Into the ball, which won't be that much of an issue once I actually work on the loading layers. I still want to do a base with a ball so that I have one baller fit design. Mannequin design? I think it's bad way of phrasing. We're gonna add that there. I am going to... Yep, lost the thread. But when I start working with clothes, I want them all to have the general same moldy shape that I'm working with. Yes, a good idea. Because with that, I know that it will be easier for me to design outfits and clothes when they fit. So that one outfit doesn't look way too big and another one looks way too small. Okay, turning... Nope. Turning the pad is a necessity, but also not a good idea. There we go. Let's see. Okay, there's a different way of thinking it if I move the pad because it changes directions like that. Definitely a unique experience drawing like this compared to paper. I could always just shift and move the paper, but now I have to learn to do it digitally while also managing hand-eye coordination by looking at the screen and not the actual drawing pad, because it is not a drawing pad with a screen. I got a cheaper version since this is me starting out. Simple 4 buttons, a pen and actual drawing part. There we go. I'm also learning and working on the multitasking of yapping away while also drawing, which is also a new experience. But hey, there we go. A little bit over, but that's fine. New layers. Okay, this would be the torso part. Let's see. A little bit lower. Whoops. There, precision mode. Precision, change it to gray, move up a bit, aim, precision, there we go. Anyway, I guess I should also talk about what kind of VTuber I will be. Besides drawing, sketching, I will also be working on rigging. But beyond that, I think I will be what is considered a variety VTuber. I will be playing games, as well as I do play TTRPGs and I am a GM in one, but I do not think I will actually be streaming those, since I'm doing those mostly for myself. However, I will be uploading the recordings to YouTube, which I have a YouTube channel you can find in the description below, as well as a Discord, which I've set up. As for my goal, well, 1 subscriber. But yeah, I don't have any massive, giant goals of getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm aiming for 1, and by the first year of streaming, my goal is to have 10. I do not expect to be someone like 𝓞𝓚 that Help the Turtle, and well, if you are aware of who 𝓞𝓚 VTuber is, you should know about the story of her and the turtle. Have to separate the neck part, which means I'm going to have to either cut the layers or remake them later. Alright. So paint layer 4. Let's change this to upper body. Let's make this one neck. And then let's go with gray to give it a good idea of where I'm working on this. I think I'm going to have to want to start here. Reason why is because of this part here that is going to eventually become part of another layer. Well, another set of layers to be fair. So that when I turn the model from side to side, it will vanish behind, I guess, is the best way of phrasing it. As for the actual drawing goal, I'm going to get the first base up as my mannequin, and then I'm going to refine it, and then I'm going to start working on smaller things as I keep working on the main model. I'm going to need an actual... what's a good word for it? Profile picture, both for the Discord and for the YouTube channel. And I don't think I'm going to need much for Twitch. I'm going to need a bit, but still. This part here is going to be need to recolor it later. Actually a part. The only issue is I can't see it unless I toggle the other layers off. So let's see how good I can do this. Right? And we're going to move this layer behind her ball. Good. This layer, which is the head. It is going to be at the very top of this. Learning bit by bit. New layer. This is going to be... Yep, let's keep working on the middle towards. speaking of other VTubers, which I won't talk too much about too often, I am a member of the Swarm, big fan of Evil. Evil is cute. 𝓞𝓚 is an adorable little chaos gremlin, I believe is the best way of phrasing it. I've just really find myself to like them and fear them, comedically speaking. Big fan of Evil, he makes good content and is just a good VTuber himself. Even though he might not admit it, he is funny. And he is really good. I know that he hasn't done all of the work himself. I know that he works with a team. But his work alone to start 𝓞𝓚 is just amazing. And then the accomplishments that they have done as a team to make 𝓞𝓚 what she is now is just amazing. She is a really smart cookie, solving captchas and everything. Evil, though, deserves more hugs and head pats, because she is cute. Since I don't fully know what to yap about yet, I'm talking about them because I think they deserve more recognition, even though they're already big. Beating the Twitch hype train record of all time, and still hold it, last I checked anyway. I think they're doing just amazing work. I do hope that 𝓞𝓚 is doing okay. There we go. And yeah, it looks to be about even. Right? I might be going overboard with layers, or I might not. I guess I will find out. But since this is V1 that I'm working on, I don't expect perfection. I expect this to be decent. Since I have a lot to do. And then it's just a matter of rigging it and actually have it move and look good. That is going to be its own hurdle. Still worth it though. Perfect. New name. Middle torso. As for my streaming schedule, I have posted it in this Twitch, so you can easily see it, but I intend to stream Mondays to Thursdays. I could tell you the times, but honestly, it's easier if you just look at the schedule there. That's my initial goal anyways. I may change and update and increase the time, depending on how things go. Whoops. Color. Layer. Hips. There we go. So, for today, I'm just going to work on getting the base outline of the model done to make that look good. After which, tomorrow I'm probably just going to draw a little bit more and play some game, which I have yet to decide. I have a few in mind that I'm going to think about working on. One of them would be Limbus Company, except I will be playing the free version, which props to Project Moon for actually making a game that you can play without having to pay anything, and it's still good. If it isn't obvious, I'm a fan of Project Moon's work, which includes the Lobotomy Corp, Library of Ruinia, and Limbus Company, which just yes. I think there should be good. Starting to get the hang of this a little bit. I think I should name this layer to waste and make a layer there instead, because that part I can then remove and edit since I'm still learning. There we go. Because the good part about Krita, at the very least, the system that I'm using, is that I am capable of easily merging layers. I'm going to be careful with that, but using that and learning how all of that works properly is gonna make it easier for me to then color. Go back into add those together, because separating them I have yet to learn how to do. I think actually I should draw downward a bit. I don't use that. I haven't used the pen to actually move it this way. Yep, totally uneven, but still good work. Begin with new layers, hips. Going to have to redraw this part, but whoops. Formation. Whoops. Still working on this. There we go. Oh, if you do like the music, which you should be hearing in the background, I hope, that would be Library of Ruinia's soundtrack. The part that is not copywritten. At the very least, I hope. I do not want to be banned on Twitch, so I did a little bit of research, hoping to get it right. But this part should be, while the actual music by 𝓞𝓚 is not included. So at the very least, I hope that you are chilling with the music. Which, props by the way, Library of Ruinia has some of the most amazing music. Speaking of, I might actually make reaction videos. Still undecided on that, but I think I will. since variety VTuber, and I also want to have some days where I can just chill, look at some videos, chat with, well, chat. And just have a few days where it's just chilling. Just chatting and chilling. I think might be a little bit too far down. I think right about there. Move layers, add color, precision mode again. Which I have to admit I very much appreciate and like this precision mode because, oh boy. I think it might be easier to start from here and work my way out. Which I need to remind myself that when I am drawing the legs, I need to extend them upward. So that they go up here and blend with the model. Well, can't say it with that, but they go all the way up here into the hips part, so they actually blend with the model. That way I can at least get them moving without a whole bunch of clipping. And at a few moments when I'm drawing this, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it just clicking. And others I just completely lose the thread on it. And it just makes me wave my hand around a bit. I am not accustomed to drawing in this direction or angle. Guess I'm gonna try turning it just an ever so slightly to make this part easier. There we go. Also Twitch, as you can see, this is just a base model. Do not ban me, please and thank you. I am just drawing the hips. There is nothing to hide. This is just artwork. Just saying. Mercy Twitch. Please. Alright, this would be the... I want to say right leg, but it's the... Because it's on the right side, but it's left leg. Right side, upper leg. Press twice. Keyboard in the null angle. It's definitely near. As for the hand, I realize now, afterwards, working on this, that is going to make it a bit more difficult, since I'm going to need to separate the hand away from the body. Since it's going to be the upper leg, I'm going to work from knees, so let's start we go. Let's start from here, shall we? I am not accustomed to these angles. I usually just spin papers around when I draw like this. That's something I'm going to have to learn and improve. Still, it's kind of nice to be able to draw again. It's been more than just quite a while. Sorry, got caught reminiscing a bit. The last time I drew something was 2 years ago, I think. I still have it on paper. Kinda satisfied with it. But I realized I wasn't drawing it out of inspiration or the feel for it. I apparently had a highly caffeinated drink served to me without knowing it was caffeinated, and the realization afterward that I only painted because I was caffeinated was something new, something to live with. I used to just draw and sketch for myself because I wanted to, because I felt like it. But somewhere along the line I just didn't feel like it anymore. Not the most happy memory. But now that I'm getting back into it, it's not exactly like riding a bike, because drawing digitally, never having done that before, but the drawing part, it's coming back to me bit by bit, and it just feels nice to be able to just draw again. I missed it a lot, actually. I didn't realize how much, where I just, for myself, sit down and let my own creation just become. The thing about the layers, speaking of, is I'm going to expand on them as I learn about the rigging part to get all of the details correct. Since I need to know how to actually make the layers to be able to know how much do I make here on the inside, so that it looks good when it's actually rigged. So, starting with basics, just the outline. I actually think I almost forgot. Keep reminding myself. Side up. Since the layer I'm going to be having here will be hidden once I actually fill them out, currently I don't have super much. Then I'm going to know that it's doing for certain, but for outfits I'm going to start with the most basic one, inspired by library of 𝓞𝓚, and I'm going to make a suit. It's simple, it's clean, and it's a good start. The second outfit I'm definitely going to make, which I'm also definitely going to make for the profile picture on YouTube and Discord, is going to be inspired by the classic GM Rose. For the TTRPG players, they would be highly familiar with this one, more often than not. Anyways, that's for the TTRPGs I'm playing. I am currently a DM or GM, Game Master or Dungeon Master, for a game called The Longest Road that I have been DMing for, is it 2 years now? My very first campaign as a DM. It's still ongoing, reaching the later part of it. The quality of the recordings, however, please understand. I set it up to be for people that I used to work with to be able to see it. So I didn't focus on the quality back then. I am still working on improving that, so more newer episodes that I will eventually upload will be of a much higher quality. Here. Awesome. New layer. Right. No, right side. Still, I have to give props to all of the various VTubers that do this professionally, since they are, without a doubt, very skilled at multitasking. Or at the very least, decent. Because I'm trying to both yap and make it interesting, maybe even entertaining. Still working on that part. But also drawing and getting the details right, which for artists who do this while also streaming, that are talking actively and doing this, they have my respect. The ability to multitask while also getting this correct is just really good. Just getting some H2O. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't need to put too many details into my legs, since I will mostly be having my character YouTuber all. Will be wearing pants and I won't be working super much on that, since I will be focusing on the upper body, specifically the face the most, which means that this part here is probably the easiest to rig. There we go. Properties, left side. But as artist YouTubers, you know, multitasking and all of that is pretty good. I'm open to trying new things and whatnot, but I don't think I will ever say that I will save you all the pain of having to pay the doctor's bills for the bursted eardrums. I do not say for a reason. If you want a good example, look up the greatest steak developer. That should describe just how bad it is. Fortunately, we find because a razor part I can work more easily than defense. Just right. Unfortunately, this moment I realized was isn't, even if you're in shape and size, which is probably something that will come and bite me in the ass later. Not even at all. Let's make this a little more even, shall we? There we go. Wasn't quite there because I was mostly focusing on getting it right. With that said, where's the erase? Yep, there's it. New layer. Rename. Right side. Riveting, I know. Impeccable naming sense. Honestly, there isn't super much exciting to say about that part. Probably won't go into much detail when legs part and feet part. These should be fairly simple and straightforward. I am so sore about that. There we go. Goal of being a VTuber, honestly, it's because I want to. I'm doing this for me. Whether I make a living out of this or not is kind of irrelevant at this point. I'm just doing something I want. I set it up as a goal for myself, because after retiring, I just can't have as much to do. Trying to live a normal, average civilian life, which, mind you, it's not bad. It's peaceful. I like it. But it's not just predictable, which is both good and bad. It's just that I feel like I'm missing a goal to work towards. And I think that's part of why I wanted to do this. This is a goal for me. I'm drawing for me, I'm going to stream for me. Now, let's get this part. I know I'm jumping all over the place about what I'm talking about, But I'm thinking about what would be interesting to hear. And I'm still learning all of this. Working on my social skills. They don't exactly develop very well when you spend most of your life not talking. Especially when it's your job to not be seen or heard. That aside, I think the thing I'm most excited about is currently I'm a player in a Pathfinder game. Great DM, great group. We are all a bunch of, both character-wise and personality-wise, interesting group. We are an interesting group. But the characters. We have Chef, my character, the surliest, most grumpy old chef you can ever imagine. That is somehow still alive. Playing an alchemist, started out as a kineticist. And currently just throwing food everywhere. Food-flavored bombs. And I mean that in a gaming sense, Twitch. They are literally part of the character class. Nothing suspicious about it. Besides, when you throw tuna and ice cream at enemies, you know you're in for victory. Then we have 𝓜𝓐𝓚, the chosen one. Just an average poor fisher boy that gets chosen by everyone and everything. Literally. They are, and I'm avoiding spoilers, mind you, just the chosen one. As in everyone, and I mean everyone and everything, is looking to what's the word to describe this? Make them even more of a chosen one. And that is both hilarious as an inside joke and incredibly inconvenient if they should die. We will lose everything. We would be so screwed. Because the only reason we are alive is because we have somehow failed our way into success. And yes, that is a very accurate and literal description of how things have worked out. And as hilarious of a joke as it is, they really are just... I realize I made... a layer too little. Let's make this right side foot. Anyways, 𝓜𝓐𝓚, the chosen one amongst the chosen ones, which is just amazing how all of that happened. And then we have 𝓜𝓐𝓚, a halfling with a gun that is totally a Navy SEAL. Yep. They are not as stealthy as they want to be, but damn do they hit really well and really hard. They are just kind of there. They're just kind of chill. They're kind of funny, kind of badass, but they are clutch. Left side. Lower. Which reminds me and Tekken are two of the characters from the very first part of the campaign. We managed to survive so far. I don't know how. We have Regina, which is just the shadiest, most unhinged, not rogue but criminal, a fighter. Oh, speaking of, Tekken is a gunslinger. Didn't mention that. Regina is a fighter and she is funnily unhinged in a absolutely hilarious to play with, but you wouldn't want them anywhere near you in real life. But character-wise, they are just real good. Especially when they walk into a noble mansion of an enemy nation and they say, "Oh, hey, I'm from that nation. That is, you know, your enemy," in front of the local lord. Just classic Regina moment. Brilliant move. Then there is Sowing Oats. And he is questionably a cleric of 𝓤𝓐𝓚. Like, they say they are, but you know, I don't quite believe it, and I don't think other people do either, especially when they lie in a church of 𝓤𝓐𝓚, just straight up lie in her temple as a cleric of her. Yeah, I think they're a bit shady. Crazy fanatic though. Doesn't like my character because my character is a clanker. Their words, not mine, I believe. After all, they keep saying my character has no soul. Which also brings us to Sif, the newest member of the party. A player from my game that decided that they were interested in trying Pathfinder 2nd Edition out and joined the game. Sif, former dragon hunter that got captured by dragons and has no idea why they're following us. We just happened to save them, kinda, somehow. We found them tied up in a room in a dungeon held by kobolds that were worshipping a doomsday machine. Of course we looted the room first before we actually went to, you know, wake them up. So, yeah. That is the kind of party we are. But that doesn't do it justice, people. It does not do it justice, no. We are thorough. A bunch of... yeah, we're a bunch of fuck-ups. Not just a bunch of weirdos, but actual fuck-ups. we somehow have survived. We have somehow failed our way into success. And somehow become famous in the Pathfinder Society. And somehow we're fighting the BBEGs because apparently 𝓤𝓐𝓚 is the chosen one and we're just along for the ride. In a good way, mind you. Right. Side. Foot. Not 4. There we go. But yeah, it's a very interesting group. And characters are even more interesting. But it's honestly a lot of fun. Great group of people to play with. And yeah, we're just all of us, I think, newbies to Pathfinder 2nd edition. It's my second campaign. And yeah, I am learning. I am totally going to be a rogue next campaign and actually be able to do a lot of damage. Because, yes, having been a spellcaster and then a gnetist turned alchemist, yeah. Still, that campaign is currently reaching the end as we are fighting our way to the BBEG, which we kind of created because we made the BBEG, well, end. They ended because of another BBEG we created that, well, we made a bigger, badder, gooder? More problematic BBEG we are all going to have to fight. We fail our way to success by creating a bigger problem that we then save the world from. Somehow. Which, yeah. A bunch of failures save the world. And I don't want to spoil any of the story for anyone who will want to watch it. Just, yeah. I hope it's something that people who do end up watching it enjoy it. Ooh. Going back up. Arm. Side. Upper. I'm going to need to figure out how to organize my keyboard more effectively. As for the D&D campaign I am running, for our current group, there is 𝓤𝓚 totally just a human farm boy that is way in over his head, delivering a mysterious box who everyone and their grandmother wants to have for some reason. We then have 𝓞𝓕. No relation to any other De Beers. And yeah, she is an interesting Hexblade Warlock that is very much expressive, respectfully speaking. Listen, you have to see her to believe her, and words do not do Mina justice. Interesting, good character. Interesting character if nothing else. We then have 𝓜𝓐𝓚 and Say and Will. 𝓜𝓐𝓚. Let's go with 𝓜𝓐𝓚. 𝓜𝓐𝓚 is a... Spoilers. Everything about them is spoilers. They're a tiefling. And they are... yeah. An interesting kind of character. Then we have Hamish, a totally lovely little druid who just wanna heal people and cure people and be nice. With absolutely no horrifying backstory whatsoever, just a lovely little druid. Right. And the currently newest member, 𝓤𝓐𝓚. Later. Rename it. Lower. Left side. Lower R. 𝓤𝓐𝓚 is also a tiefling, a wizard, spellcaster, and they are interesting. They are a newer player for this group, so I haven't had the time to fully dive deep into their character story yet, since we are currently going through Hamish's. Or we were, until they decided to take a little detour. You know, like every D&D party does. You know what? That almost every TTRPG party does. Or is that just the groups I'm in? Something to think about. I don't know if I'm going to draw any of those characters. We'll consider it in the future. But for now, no plans to do so. I'm going to be mainly focusing on making this model and working on that. And then I will go from there. Yeah, the wrist looks a bit weird at the same time. Like I said earlier, I can refine it since I'm just going to make sure I get the base done. Left side hand. Okay. Pardon me. Important to hydrate, people. There we go. I don't think I'm going to base much, if anything, besides the DM cloak design for my character, which is definitely going to be one of the outfits. But besides that, I don't think I'm going to take anything from there as an inspiration yet. Might do so in the future though. Though, I do know I'm going to take inspiration from Project Moon, Library of 𝓞𝓐𝓚 mostly. I have really liked playing that game. Surprisingly casual, but at the same time difficult. There's a joke in Project Moon's games. The difficulty is vertical. As in 𝓜𝓐𝓚 𝓞𝓕, their first game, which was crowdfunded on Kickstarter and failed. And they said, you know what, we're still gonna make the game like the absolute giga shads. Just noped out of that and went, we make it. And it did really well. Jacksepticeye also played it, I believe. Yeah, he did. It's very much a game that tries your patience. It is not easy. Library of 𝓞𝓚, I think, is easier. It's saying that something is easier doesn't make it easy. It's kind of like talking about the Dark Souls series. Dark Souls, or Elden Ring, is easier than Sekiro. Personal opinion. But that doesn't mean it's just a cakewalk either. I'm decent in the Souls games, but I'm not like the Mad Lad Masters who won V1 millennia. I am not at that level. Pardon me, need to hydrate. But even though it's difficult, Library of 𝓞𝓚 was worth every moment, because there is a crowd of games with just amazing stories. There are some, like Expedition 33, I've heard is really good, and I am going to play it eventually. And yes, I'm aware that I haven't made any layers for fingers. I will add those separately, but for now I'm just going to make a basic hand. But Library of Ruinia's story is chef's kiss. And if you hear the music, which I will find out after this stream, then yeah. If you like this music, then Library of Ruinia, people. It's pretty amazing. Right side. There we go. Right side upper arm. But yeah, the Project Moon makes apparently very good stories. I have not played 𝓞𝓕 𝓐𝓚 yet, but I'm actually genuinely considering it. And I think it might be one of the first games I will stream playing. The investment will be minimal, it's a good start, and I am genuinely interested in finding out what it's like. After which, I'll figure it out as I go. Here we go. As for all of the details I'm going to do with this character, as I'm going to take inspiration specifically from the Library of Ruinia, I will work on adding more detail to the character model that makes it more aesthetic. I'm going to take inspiration from the library, but I am not going to base it solely on there. I'm just using it as a start, since I'm going to have to develop my own style, which the style I usually draw is a little bit different. So I guess I'm going to be making my own digital art style, which will be different and separate from the physical one. See? Sometimes I get them just right. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Well, that'll come with the experience. Lower. Whoops. I kind of want to talk about what I'm working on with the model and what I want it to be, but at the same time, I don't want to just throw it all out there. I don't want to spoil everything, because not only am I not saying it so that I don't set those expectations on myself, but I am also doing it so that I have freedom to take the time to make what I want, but then make my own. Which is why I don't want to spoil everything. I have almost all of it figured out. but then it's a matter of implementing it and making it real. And turning an idea, a thought, into an actual drawing isn't super difficult. But it's going to be a different process from how I usually do them. Bob Ross. I want to let there be a bit of those happy little accidents. Of just letting little details become, because they will make the character more. Tiny little imperfections that make it better. But at the same time, a lot of VTuber models are made to be exceptionally good, which is definitely more attractive to look at, which I'm going to aim for, which I'll eventually get there probably. But at the same time, I can't just chase that. I can, but I can't for myself just chase that. Because I'm going to make my own style. To do that, I need to allow myself to make mistakes and also not put unnecessary pressure on myself, because people who do any kind of art, music, drawing, etc. can easily face burnout, which is why I'm going to find my own rhythm. Do it my way, while also then improving so that I can stream for longer, more, and improve quality too. As for my voice, well, I'm working on it. Whew. All of the most absolutely basic layers. I'm not going to work on those details yet. Let's see. Head. Neck up. Now where is it? That's the background. Alright. Let's see how it looks without the mannequin. Not perfect by any means, but not bad. Clearly looks like a mannequin. That's not bad at all. Leg. Alright, let's see. For the details, I don't think I should use the same pen I want to make my own. No. Too big. Way too big. Let's see if I make it smaller if it will look good. 2 pixels? Nope. 9 pixels? Nope. 8 pixels? Let's go with 10 pixels. Alright, let's see. Okay. Barely noticeable. Yeah, I'm gonna make that smaller. Let's make that 8 pixels. Let's see how it looks here. It's not bad. But it doesn't have that thing I'm looking for quite yet. I do want to make it pop a little bit, but I don't want it to stick out too much yet. Let's make this will I increase the pressure on the pen? Or is it scaling also? No. Let's see. I'm going to need something that gives it its own flair. Let's try this. Small. Let's find out. It's not bad. Let's move to the side. Let's try to decide with something else. Compare. 𝓜𝓐𝓚 𝓞𝓕. Right. Which one would be great? Chalk? Normally when I sketch on paper, or used to at the very least, I usually just use the regular cheap pens that you can get practically anywhere. Actually, I like this one more. Let's go with this. Let's see. I can work on the quality over time and just improve on it. But I want to give it some artistic flair of my own, something that makes it mine. And it sticks out from all other YouTubers. And I know that the model only does so much. Because it doesn't matter how good a model looks. If the audio is garbage, which is something I'm going to have to find out and then work on improving. And it doesn't matter how good someone sounds if it's uninteresting or boring. So I'm going to find my own. Even if it's just 10 people that I just hang out with, stream for, and just do my thing and have fun with. That's my goal. And if I ever become a big VTuber, then I want to take inspiration not just from Beetle but Ironmouse too. I very much respect how much she does for charity. So eventually, I want to do charity streams. And if I do end up earning money on this, I'm going to start putting away half of it. Even if I personally don't just make a lot. So next time Mousy has a charity stream or something, I am just going to donate that there. Because I think that's just good to pay it forward. The world needs more kindness. Because there is plenty of depressed, sad, and just unpleasant stuff in the world. So I think the world needs just a little bit more kindness. And doing that with art and streaming and then charity live streams if I ever become that big. And even if I don't become big, just help contribute. I think that is going to just really help and make things a little bit better. I think that's a really good goal for myself. I like this shark kind of thing. I'll have to see how it eventually shapes out and then go from there. Usually when I do shadows or something like that, I just usually use my own fingers and smudge the paint from the pencils I use. That's going to be something I'm going to learn how to do here. I am probably going to also look up some basic videos with some basic tips, but I'm not going to look up how other people do it exactly. I'm going to experiment and find my own style this way. And let it be okay for me to make some that works and some that don't. because that is okay. Because there's no point in doing any of this if I'm not happy. I think pops out a little bit more. It sticks out. It isn't just a line. Those dots and the sparsity and whatnot adds more texture. Nice. Yeah. It's working. Let's see. No, it's not. By no means an expert in art or anything like that, so I won't be able to claim to be super impressive on it. Good. It's still up and running. Just checking the stream. There's going to be a lot of new experiences with this. A lot of new experiences, but I look forward to allowing myself that. Things I didn't have before. Because now I can just draw when I want. For myself and I think I'm going to enjoy that. Tomorrow I think I'm going to... What would be good? What should I work on the wall next after making these details? Because something I'm going to have to do tomorrow since I'm going to work on it. All of the individual details, such as skin color and whatnot, I'm going to think on that. Because Library of Ruinia, they make most of the characters just really pale. And it's part of the story of how their Kickstarter did actually work out and fail. And that they then used that to describe why the actual art style in it had to be changed, and they integrated that into the actual story. And I really like that. It's not really something I can explain, but it just clicks. When you take something that didn't work out and make something good with it, and make it your own. If these stick out, they will actually if they stick out above this layer. I think actually I should have in the first place made layers like this. Since I don't have the workflow, because I don't know all the details of how it's all going to be done, since I'm learning on the go, it can be good experience. So I'm gonna make something good out of it. So even if I make mistakes, I'll make them my own. And I'll use that to make it mine and more special. And yes, if Twitch is watching, I will be making underwear as the first garments. And I will add no details and make them super plain and simple. Don't ban me. Respectfully speaking, of course. I think I'll make the clothes for the lower body first, because I think I'm going to need to work on that the least. And I think I'm still going to, before I start rigging any layers, make a fully formed character model first. And then from there, I'm then going to go back and work it over as I refine it. And then, as I finish refining it, I'm going to work on actually making the layers. Which means I will have to allow myself the necessities. Time, effort, experience. Add a layer to this. These at the very least will probably go quick. And I originally set this stream to be 4 hours, but I think I might actually finish these before the 4 hours have passed, which is my first goal of stream for 4 hours. Make the first one, then make sure that everything on the stream side works before I start the next one tomorrow. Right side, side. Yes. Bring that out. Rename this. these details will probably never matter. And I'm adding them there for me, since I will probably make all the way the entire upper leg parts, including hips, and making just shorts. And then make that a locked layer. So making that a locked part. So I'm going to make a model that I make specifically with that in mind. And one without, but I will not be streaming with the one without, because Twitch, TOS. I'm not going to add any details for anyone asking. I'm just using it as a base to document and archive. There we go. I think I'm getting more and more into the groove of it as I go. Let's see how much all of this sticks for tomorrow. But aesthetically speaking, a little bit simplified of an art style is my first goal. Then future models, I can then work on actually adding individual details of making. Well, 𝓜𝓐𝓚 𝓞𝓕. But since this is the first one, it's okay for it to not be perfect from the get-go. I don't need it to be. I haven't even counted the number of layers. I'm gonna have to check how to do that more effectively. But it's a good idea to get a grasp of how much I need to work with. Because this is one of the simpler ones, I hope. I'm not making this too hard on myself. Since I'm working on making the most basic as my first, it should give me a good estimate of what to expect when making an entire new wall from scratch. It doesn't do me any much harm doing it this way, because 𝓜𝓐𝓚 has this fantastic little feature that lets me fuse the layers. So even if I have to do that later, it's all good. it's still better for me to learn how to do it in a good order, make a good habit out of it. Layer and add my signature to this because why not? I think my wrist is going to be sore tomorrow. Let's find out. Still, if it's like the last time I actually drew something, I think it will be worth it. I should probably read some after this. Let my wrist rest. My wrist should rest. Working on the pronunciation for me too. Still needs some work. Left side, right side foot. Yeah. There we go. Let's put it all the way at the top. And make this and let's go here, shall we? Made by 𝓜𝓐𝓚. And the date is 2025. Yeah, that's a good start. Just gonna finish the arms, the lower arms, and I should be done with the first layers to work. Left side hand. I don't think I need to make a new layer for these details. I think I need a much thicker line for the actual exterior part of the body that I will then thin out. Because I don't think I can use this particular chalk brush for that. Right side lower arm. Yeah, I think this one should be good. Not have to make another layer for. And this one is easy, it's just one. Easy to cut if I need to add an additional layer from that. I think this should be on the lower side. No. Right side. Elbow. Detail. side up rather. Yep. Copy. Add. Details. I think I actually need to make more layers when making clothes, depending on the clothes, of course. Because Mouse is more 𝓞𝓕 and 𝓤𝓤 those must have a good amount of layers. But I think a suit should be easier, question mark. Less layers. The only question is if I can make it look good when it actually moves. Part of the rigging and how it's drawn should fix that. Oh, and even though I say I can cut stuff like that on Krita, that's things I've learned from the instruction video of just the basics of how to get it all up and running. And even though I say, and I do mean, this is the first time I have really, genuinely drawn on a digital drawing pad. I have, mind you, let's rename this. I have drawn squares when I first set up the program. I did so just to make sure that it actually functions, that the drawing pad input is working, and just getting a general idea, and I drew maybe, what, 20 squares? Just that I have a semblance of an idea of what it's like to draw while looking at the screen and not at the actual hand and when I'm drawing. I do think this is going to be a lot easier to on my neck when drawing like this. Well, I think I'm actually done. Well, would you look at that? 2 hours and 17 minutes. Well, I met my goal within the 4 hours I set for myself. I guess I will actually be signing off here. Still need to do some work on making sure that I can actually show the stream properly from now on, so I'm gonna have to check all of those settings. Yeah. Still need to improve and learn from things, but for anyone that ends up watching this and watching it to the end, thank you for doing so. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.